Welcome to this episode 2 on NumPy. Today, we're exploring arrays and why they effectively end the need for traditional loops in your data science code. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team and Technovative AI. For 16 episodes, we've built everything from scratch. Today, that foundation pays off as you type your first import and truly understand what's happening under the hood. By the end of this video, you will be able to explain what an array is, replace loops with vectorized operations, and filter data using Boolean masks. We have a packed roadmap covering 6 segments, from understanding arrays to advanced filtering, all within about 18 minutes. Think of a Python list as a row of labeled, independent boxes. While flexible, this structure forces Python to check every single item, creating significant overhead. A NumPy array, however, is like a solid metal ruler. It's a single, continuous block of memory where every element is the same type, optimized for speed. There is a core trade-off here. Lists offer flexibility for mixed data, but NumPy arrays provide massive performance gains for numerical computation by eliminating Python's per-item overhead. Vectorization doesn't change the big O complexity class of your algorithm, but it makes every individual step drastically cheaper by moving the work into compiled C code. Let's perform our first import. Notice how the array's dtype and shape attributes verify that we are working with a uniform, fixed structure. Here, we apply a 10% markup to every element simultaneously. Notice how NumPy broadcasts the operation across the entire array without a single explicit loop. Aggregations like sum, mean, max, and min are now single method calls. These aren't magic, they are just your previous manual patterns pre-implemented in optimized code. When we measure the performance gap, you will see NumPy outperform standard Python loops by hundreds of times, demonstrating the power of eliminating interpreter overhead. This gap isn't just a quirk, it is a structural necessity. As your data grows to millions of elements, traditional loops become unusable, making vectorization the only viable path. Boolean masks are our next centerpiece. By comparing the entire array at once, we produce a mask of true or false values, mirroring your old conditional logic in one step. Finally, we use that mask to index our array. This replaces your filter loops with a single, concise expression that no longer requires a for loop. Compare your loop logic side by side with the NumPy version. The compressed one-liner uses the same underlying pattern, just precompiled and vectorized for efficiency. When combining conditions, remember the gotcha. Use the ampersand and pipe operators, and always wrap each condition in parentheses, or Python will raise a value error. Counting with a mask works because Booleans are integers. True is 1, false is 0. Summing a Boolean mask effectively counts every element that passes your condition. You've successfully turned 3 of your 5 core pattern families into one-liners. This isn't just about writing less code, it's about using more efficient tools. NumPy is built for uniform numerical columns. If your data is mixed type or needs complex structures, it might be the wrong tool. Knowing when to avoid it is crucial. Arrays lose in 3 cases: when you have mixed type records, when you need a growing collection, or when you require fast, label-based dictionary lookups. The rule of thumb is simple. Use NumPy for columns of numbers and your custom structures for records. Module 4 will eventually show you how to combine them. For your capstone deliverable, rewrite your loops into vectorized expressions. Verify they return the same results, then time them to see the speed gains firsthand. Keep your dtype knowledge practical. NumPy will automatically upcast integers to floats if you mix them, ensuring your array remains consistent for computation. Understanding shape is key. Most of our work uses one-dimensional arrays, but your understanding of these dimensions will be vital as we move into matrices. Look back at your original Module 2 capstone. Now, everything from totals to proportions is visible as a pattern you can recognize and optimize. Don't fear the error messages. Trigger the conditional operator error on purpose. Learn the fix, and you'll avoid that trap for the rest of the course. Remember, a mask is more than a temporary check. It's a persistent Boolean array you can inspect, store, and reuse in more complex logic. The work you do in this episode compounds. This translation trio is a foundation that will appear in every remaining module and capstone project. In short, the rigidity of arrays is exactly what enables their speed. Masks are just compressed logic, and knowing which tool to use is your superpower. Looking back, we've come a long way. You started Module 1 writing every loop by hand. Today, 3 of the 5 logic families are single-expression NumPy calls, and the others were already streamlined. The patterns themselves haven't changed. We've only made them significantly more efficient. Here is your quick reference for this episode. From creating and inspecting arrays to performing math, aggregating, masking, and filtering, these fundamental operations form the bedrock of your new NumPy workflow. Steer clear of these common pitfalls. Use bitwise operators for conditions. Rely on lists before converting to arrays to avoid slow appends. Keep your data types consistent, and don't try to force record-based data into NumPy when a dictionary structure works better. Mastering this vocabulary is essential. Key terms like vectorization, broadcasting, aggregation, and Boolean masking are how you communicate clearly and understand the mechanisms behind the performance you're seeing in your code. Next time, in Episode 3, we move from computing to describing. We'll cover the mean, median, and standard deviation, 3 numbers that summarize any distribution. You'll learn how to interpret them, how they relate, and exactly where they can mislead you.